This is the old Pilot Hill Cemetery we're approaching. It's also known as Centerville Cemetery because Centerville was the original town name, then it altered to Pilot Hill. It was established in 1850 for the community of Centerville, located near what is known as the town of Pilot Hill, as I was saying. This is a pioneer cemetery. It was established during the gold rush. 1849 was the gold rush. The Mormons came through here in 1848. It has some of the oldest graves in the county, in Northern California, as far as miners go. Because it is a gold rush cemetery, so everything you see here is miners. Thank you, Jared. Although they have some records of some of the graves that date back to the 1850s, they do acknowledge it as possibly much older into the late 1840s. Life was harsh. People were lynched. There was vigilantes, murders for other people's gold. Nearby, we have nearby the Kronan Ranch, which we just visited. And the Bayley house is just a couple miles up the road. Built in 1861, 1862. It was a saloon, a hotel, a restaurant, a stage stop. Bayley was a railroad tycoon. He built it in hopes the railroad would go past his property. Instead, they went around it. And then the fire led to its demise. Along with the lack of the railroad coming through, they had no visitors. So it eventually died out. But we have done an investigation of that property. I said the early first recorded burial was 1850. And we'll go ahead and we'll see what we can find here. Here's what we'll do. What?
What is that? It's like cops.
Are they behind us? It's a public place. We have a right to be here.
Yeah. All they can do is run us and get us out. Yeah, look at this.
We heard the cops out in the middle of nowhere. Huh. So we're going to give you this video tour, and then Jared and I are going to take some photographs of this old gold rush cemetery. We'll do some minor EVPs. We can't really stay here. There's cops sitting outside the gates, and they're talking on their CB, and I don't understand. It's a public cemetery. It's not a private cemetery. You are allowed to visit here. There's websites with pictures. Not sure what the deal is. It's very small. A lot of unmarked graves. Perhaps there's concern. There is some level of vandalism here. Wow. 1898, 65. It's all ranch land here. And I realize this isn't a very exciting cemetery, but it is a little something for the website. It does coincide with Coloma, where gold was first discovered. It's one of the reasons why we're visiting here, because we want to complete our research project. Oh, dude, I'm being stabbed. We want to complete our research project in the Coloma and Pilot Hill area. We've done the Bayley house, we've done the ranch, the Kronan Ranch, and now we're doing the cemetery. And we're going to piece this all together on our website and videos to help educate people a little further. These angels are very pretty, huh? Did you see this over here? A cracked, it says unknown. This grave is really old too. Look at this. 1881. It's not very large. Age 73, native of Spain. Most of these are miners. Some of these were hung in Placerville. Like I said, it was called Hangtown due to its hangings and vigilantes. Wow. Unbelievable.
It goes straight to 1.
1, but it went to 3?
Yeah.
We had some mild EMF readings.
And it went straight to 1.
Look at this. This is old school here. See the wood grave marker? Wow. Jared said he found a bone. Looks like a cattle bone.
Yeah.
Might be human. Oh,
Isn't that gross?
that looks kind of human.
Yeah,
Like you know the ball part that's
Yeah.
attached to the hip and the upper femur
Yeah, I know.
into the hip. That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
It almost looks like you can see where the marrow is. Yeah, I don't want to touch this. That's wow.
It's really gross.
Yeah, weird. We come to the oldest part of the cemetery.
That's a cop.
But I don't see anybody. Is it up in the...
He's up down on the road. See how everybody's trying to slow?
Uh-huh. He's not talking to us. I think he's telling people to slow down because people are speeding through the area. And they want to be safe. There's cliffs and everything else. Harry, you stand between the graves, man. Get some video, just kind of put everything in perspective. And here we have, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. But the wrought iron is completely bent and the grave is crumbling. Somebody put bricks and then put the monument on top to keep it off the ground. But what could have did this? Look how bent this is. Oh, look how they're bent to the left and right. That would take tremendous force. And if you come over here, did you notice? This one's laying on the ground because it broke off the pedestal. And then same thing here. And you have, this one has rocks holding it up. It's in really bad shape. Really bad. Just crumbling stones everywhere. Jeez. Wow. And there's even a wooden grave marker against a tree. Can't even read that. Let's work our way down here. We'll continue. There are newer stones. Did you know they're making a new Pilot Hill Cemetery next to this one?
Really?
Yeah, it's not done yet. Because there's a lot of unmarked burials, so you can't really dig anymore here. Because guess what will happen if you do? You come across coffins and disturb the rest of others. So they want to make a newer cemetery since this area is growing. This is an old gold rush town. This is all that remains of the old Centerville town. It's the cemetery, the Bayley house, and the ranch that we just visited. Everything else, the ruins are gone. There's a few ruins along the American River if you were to find them. Wow. This is a wealthy miner. This is probably someone who owned one of the Centerville mines.
What's this?
Oh, look.
Look at the web.
There's more bones. Jared and I found more bones, and they appear to be human, not animal-like. They're very porous. You can see. Huh?
Look, just grab one. No, grab a string.
Oh, a spider web.
I told you grab it. See how strong? Ah.
You can't. Here. There.
Thank you.
We can open it and look. I'm not stepping on any sites other than just doing some historical study and some genealogy. Wow. Yeah, there's a family's plot. Baker? No, it's mixed. There's 4 different family names here. Well, Baker, and you have Kirchner, sorry. Wow. In the Kirchner plot, Jared pointed out there is a pile of bones behind it. Fragments, I don't know what the bones go to, if they're animal bones, it's just hard to say. We are in the country, there are coyotes, there are mountain lions. They're here, although rare, they are here, and they do take down some of the local livestock, and that's what it could be. It's hard to say. We found a hip bone. These could be human. Well, I want to get some pictures of the gate. Yeah. Some of the graves, look at that.
Whoa.
The ranch we just went to,
Yeah.
the Bacchi family owns it, or Bacchi, right? Since since the beginning of the 1850s, her great-great-grandfather or great-great-great-grandfather bought the ranch land we just hiked at to provide cattle for this ghost town and beef.
Yeah.
And for the people, the miners of Coloma, where gold was first discovered. 1912 to 1907, they repurchased the land. They own those sheep. This family owns those sheep.
Yeah.
And look, it does connect. But look, Frank Bacchi, John Bacchi, it's the whole family. These are the same people that own the ranch down the street we hiked on. Isn't that amazing, dude? So I just found a connection.
Are they owning John? Oh no. Oh, this is the family.
No, it could be. John, 1911. This family owns the ranch today. They rebought it back in I think it was 1860s or 70s. The Central Pacific Railroad bought it, and then it passed hands to two different families. And then about 50 years ago, the family repurchased the land back, and now they're grazing sheep on it. Frank. Yeah, we got to get pictures of these because this is in relation to the ranch we were just at. Cool.
Yeah.
Some history there. Cinder blocks say HB. H what?
H3.
Oh, H3. So it is a family plot for the Bacchi family or Bacchi family. And they're the ones that developed one of the earliest ranches in this county, which provided mining towns like Salmon Falls, Placerville, Coloma, with livestock and beef. And they're buried at the little town cemetery, which not much of the ghost town remains, but the cemetery and the ranch and the Bayley house up the road are all reminders that this settlement dates back to the early 1850s when gold was first discovered here. Heading out of the cemetery, you can see it's not very extensive. It's still a beautiful cemetery. Many statues of angels and such. Not very large, about 50, 60 graves I've seen. The rest are unknowns. A lot of vandalized stones as well laying on the ground. It's a nice place. It's in the middle of the country, the Sierra foothills. Check out our site, www.paranormalghostsociety.org.